if this is going to work out super well, but it's something. Nice to be able to adjust the lighting here. And then I'll just sit on the floor. I will have to change the topic, but this looks pretty good so far. So, one thing I absolutely love is playing card games. I kind of mentioned this earlier. And when Resorian C was on at the beginning of this stream, we were talking about playing decks that kind of goes against the meta. And that is my shiznit. That's my favorite thing to do. At one point, this deck did become slightly part of the meta for like a little bit, I guess. But I wasn't playing tournaments at the time. And then, of course, people were playing it differently because it was part of an additional strategy that I didn't utilize. I utilized only a partial strategy and a not so popular strategy. So it's D-Brigade. It's a D-Brigade deck, and it might be a little complicated. It's probably one of my more complicated decks. I pretty much only run complicated decks. Oh, God. So, you guys aren't really going to be able to see these cards very well. But at least you can see the field and I can read it out. So basically for Digimon, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of cards. So you have Tamers. This is Kazu Shioda. And then you have... Well, there's like 3 types of cards, technically, but whatever. You have option cards. The one I just laid down was Supreme Connection. A very good card for my particular deck. And then you have Digimon, like Commandramon. Commandramon is like one of my favorite rookies. He's so cool. He's basically like, I think I saw some memes on the internet about Commandramon. So it's basically Agumon, but Americanized. Because it's basically Agumon, but in blue camo, riot gear, a bulletproof vest, and an AK-47. Hello, Sly. Welcome back. We're talking Digimon, I guess. I was thinking maybe I could demonstrate how to play Digimon, the TCG. So we were just talking about the different types of cards. You've got tamers, you've got option cards, you've got Digimon. And I would even argue that there is a fourth section for Digitama, which are like the baby and in training versions of Digimon. So in the Digimon card game, they break it down to levels, right? So level 1 would be the back of the card. And you see that it's just an egg, right? So Digitamas have specific back of cards, and they're white, and they have an egg. So these are Digitama. Level 1 would be the egg. You hatch it, and it becomes a level 2. And then you have like the main Digimon. So you have level 3 for rookies, level 4 for champions, level 5s for ultimates, level 6s for megas. And in this particular deck, I don't think I have a level 7, which would be a Mega Plus. And as far as I know, that is, well, not as far as I know. As far as the game goes, level 7 is the highest level that you can get in Digimon at this point in time, I guess. They could go higher, they could not go higher, I don't know. But so far, that is what's up. I wish.
Is there any way you can zoom in on the cards? I have old woman eyes. Nya Atilda.
Yeah. Oh, that's my problem. If I had 2 of these, like, special, holders. Well, I wish I could figure something out. I bet if I got TCG Tabletop Simulator, or the Tabletop Simulator, and then bought the Digimon, or downloaded the Digimon content, this would probably be a lot easier to show and explain. Yeah, I have a camera on stand that's kind of overviewing the whole field. I suppose what I could do is, since I have another camera, I could set that up and then maybe toggle between the two. That might not be a bad idea. I wish I had like a easier toggle. I'm sure I could set it up, but okay. So let me kind of explain this again. Oh, if you could focus, that would be great. With the Stream Deck, yeah. If only I was able to get that set up. That would be phenomenal, but unfortunately, I was not able to get that working. Please focus. There we go. Missamon. This is a level 2. So let me go over my explanation again. Right? So with Digitama, they have a special background from regular Digimon cards, right? So their background is white to kind of signify that this is an egg. And regular Digimon cards have a blue background, so you can tell the difference. So Digitama go in a separate deck. You can only have a maximum of 5. You can have 4 of each copy. So let me explain what I done did. So for this specific deck, I have 4 of the same Missamon. Yeah. You can have 4 of each copy. So I have the same copy of Missamon. Oh my god, this is so much harder than... Okay. I have the same copy of Missamon. And the only reason why is because this particular Missamon is really good for what I want it to have. So the inherited effect at the bottom of the card here. I mean, it's not going to zoom in, but this is what it says. It says, opponent's turn while you have another Digimon with D-Brigade in play, this Digimon gains Reboot. And Reboot is the ability to unsuspend this Digimon during your opponent's unsuspend phase. And the unsuspend phase happens right away. That's at the beginning of any turn is the unsuspend phase. So I have 4 of those because that's really good for my particular deck. Because my hope is that I can build up something to level 6, and specifically I want to build up to Brigade-Dramon. And this Brigade-Dramon has, not only does he look sick AF, this is the alternate version, the alternate art version. There are tamers, yep. I haven't even scratched the surface, so. And then this was the other Missamon that I have in my deck. You can have any amount of cards with the same name, but they have to have different set numbers. So you can see the set number kind of in the corner right there. Oh, nice. It actually focused. So it says BT16-005. So that is the card specific identification for the set. And even if they reprint different cards like later with different art, it'll still say like, oh, this is the BT14-005. So that's great. And mine has a star next to it. It's technically a special edition one. It's reverse hollow. Like, it's really not that special, if I'm being honest with you. So this one is when attacking once per turn while by returning 3 cards with the D-Brigade or Digipolice trait from your trash to the deck. This Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. So DP stands for, it's like Digimon Power, I think. And I'll go up to a level 3 card. So this is Commandramon. This is also an alt art. because like I said, I love Commandramon. He's like my favorite boy. DP is in the top corner. This may not be the best card to show. But if it focuses on the top right part of the card, you can kind of see that it's got like some numbers. Let me find a better card. This is another Commandramon. This is way more easy. It's easier. It's easier to tell how much DP it has, right? It says 2000. I can even see that when it's blurry, right? So that means when this Digimon attacks, it deals 2,000 worth of damage points. Maybe it's damage points, maybe it's Digimon power. I don't specifically remember. It could be either, honestly. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. So God, give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch the description because we're not just chatting anymore. Oh, they don't have the Digimon TCG in here. Interesting. Okay, well. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I forgot that you have moderation stuff. Okay, that's my bad. Thank you, Sly. Alrighty, so we'll switch back over. Okay, so talking back, we'll do Digimon first. So we just covered Digitama. So now we'll go to Digimon. So again, where my finger is on the left side of the card, it says level 3. So again, the levels are the back of the Digitama is an egg, and then you hatch it into a level 2, and then your rookie is a level 3. So typically they're not super powerful. I think the highest DP I've ever seen for a rookie is like 4,000. I could be wrong. Especially now, because I've been out of the game for like almost a year. So, they typically have effects. Sometimes they have inherited effects. Inherited effects are right underneath the level. So like when you stack them, it'll kind of look like this. So I'll have a level 2, and then I'll digivolve onto Missamon, and I'll layer the card like this. And that'll mean that now my level 3 Commandramon has an inherited effect from this level 2. So I can use that inherited effect. And this will happen even when you get to like a level 4. Boom. if I digivolve into a level 4, I still only have one inherited effect because my level 3 Commandramon does not have a inherited effect. So you can build some pretty nasty combos just by digivolving on top of things. So that's typically what people do. Yeah, yep. And a lot of the time you're like forced to use the abilities unless it specifically states you may. So you got to be careful with your inherited effects. You got to pay attention to your cards, because I believe in some tournaments, if you don't use the ability, they can call a judge and you can get like a warning or potentially a game loss because of that. So it's kind of annoying. So yes, recently that's kind of why I quit, because it did get a little broken. There was specifically a deck that I absolutely love. It goes off of this ability called Alliance. And Alliance is super good because let's say you have like 2 Digimon, right? 2 Digimon on the field. Let's say one of these has Alliance. So let's say this Commandramon has Alliance. You see how it's got 2000 DP? If it's got the Alliance ability, you can tap another Digimon on your field. This Darkdramon has 11,000 DP. So if I tap him, I add the 11,000 DP to my Commandramon, and then my Commandramon gets a security attack +1. So that means if I attack my opponent's security, I'll hit for 13,000, and I can check not only 1 but 2. And I haven't even gotten to security yet, but like it's really good, and like it was really good. Well, I mean it's still really good, but they specifically like made an archetype for it involving Terriermon and Lopmon when it initially came out, and it was amazing. I have several decks with Alliance. I think I have like 3. I have Alliance, negative DP, and I've got the Ultimate Alliance. That's got like all of the Alliance cards at the time. And like it's gotten to the point where they have released probably every main Digimon now has some sort of Digimon in their line that has the Alliance ability. So Mastamon decks now have the Alliance ability via, they think, Angelwomon. There's, I think, Metal Greymon and Metal Garurumon. So Omnimon's got Alliance, and like it's just crazy. So it used to be something that was kind of rare, and now it's every meta game so far, or like every meta deck has Alliance now. So it's like it kind of sucks. Ooh, it's got matching card sleeves too. That's sweet. Yeah, I'm disappointed that they added Alliance to everything. Like, it just seems like they introduce like a broken ability, and then they're like, oh, you know what? This is kind of broken, so we'll just give it to everyone. That'll even it out. And it's like, no, you kind of had it right by only allowing it to be in like a specific deck, right? It makes sense that it's only in a specific deck. Because then you can keep like releasing cards, or like, I don't know, maybe stop releasing all of these overpowered cards. Instead of banning the card, they allowed everyone to have it. Yeah. Well, they could have done several things. What they could have done is they could have banned a specific combo, which they did not do. There is a Digitama card that has 12,000 DP. So what that means is you can hatch it. It's a specific card from a specific set that I don't think it's 15,000 DP. It's the Mother Demon Reaper. So it starts off as an egg, right? You hatch it, and then this specific card says that you don't have to digivolve anything on top of it. It can move straight into your battle area. So now I've got this 15,000 DP card that only took me like a turn to get out with 0 cost. And then I can alliance it. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to add that 15,000 DP to 4,000 DP monster. So now it's 19,000 and it's got security attack +2. So then it's like, you know, it really only takes 2 turns to get either of these out. So it's crazy. But, like, I don't know. It was a fun combo because it was, you know, it was interesting. And now it's like, well, every deck can have that now. And it's, you know, I don't know. It's not as fun. if I had to be honest with you, it's not as fun when everything can have like a broken combo plus there are already other broken combos. Sly, I don't know if you remember, you got, yes, I saw the Darkdramon that Common ended up pulling. That's another card that I really wanted to see. Oh yeah, I saw the Andromon as well. Oh yeah, you do it for the cool art. I mean, yeah. I would say that, like, I don't know, around the time that they introduced the Alliance ability is probably when the downfall, like the complete downfall of the Digimon TCG started. I hate to say. They refused to cycle out any of their cards. So we have these like broken combos. And then even in Sly's stream, she pulled a card that they reduced the playability of that card to 1. And I can't remember the exact name of that card, but it's basically like a puppet of Omnimon. And I believe it's like something along the lines of either when this card gets destroyed or whatever, it can be replaced by Omnimon X antibody. It's like, what? What are you talking about? It's a level 4 with a cost of like, I don't know, 4 or 6 to play down. And it's got measly attack, so it's like, you know, you lay it down and then the next turn you can just fucking attack. It's stupid. Like, yeah, it takes a couple of turns to get the combo out, but there are also cards where you can sacrifice monsters on your side of the field, so there's a chance that you, like, if you have enough memory, you could play the card, sacrifice the card, have an Omnimon. And I believe there's an Omnimon with X antibody that has Rush, which allows it to attack the turn that it is summoned. So, like, you know, you go from like a 4,000 DP monster, sacrifice that, and then you go to a Digimon that's got anywhere from 13,000 DP to 18,000 DP. Omekamon, yeah. And it's like, are you kidding me? It's stupid. What are you doing? If you added a cycle, it would limit some of your decks, yes. And that would suck for those people who, like me, have a specific deck that they like to play the most. But on the other hand, like, you're releasing too many overpowered abilities. It's not cards, it's abilities. They keep adding more and more abilities. I'm not sure why. And it just continues to break the game. Like, it was Alliance, and then there was Vortex, and Vortex was only allowed, you know, became popular, and you started getting ahead, and then, yeah, the downfall. Yeah, so, I mean, it's like they didn't play test any of their combos. They thought of some things, and then were like, whatever, we'll just release it. And I remember there was this one card that I got at a pre-release tournament. It was all delete, and it was the first card that they decided to ban. And I got like a full ban. You can't play this card, period, anywhere, ever. And I got, that was the winning card that you got for winning the tournament. So I won the tournament. I not only got a pre-release of that card, but I also got the number one, like, champion whatever of that specific card. And then they banned it immediately. So it was like, well, there goes my, you know, my win now feels really hollow. I mean, I don't even know if they were small. They're still pretty big. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not as big anymore, because I do know that the card shop that I used to play these tournaments at no longer sell the Digimon TCG cards. Because otherwise I would have bought them in the store, and then I'd be opening boxes today for my birthday. But they don't sell them anymore. And that probably means that the TCG no longer meets, because people kept falling out, because you have to play this specific deck to keep up with the meta, and you have to have these cards, and all of these cards are super expensive. So it's like, what's the point? It's really sad. So a lot of people have just given up, like me. I would prefer to just play casually, but the problem with that is everyone else does not want to play casually. So that sucks. My IGS just recently started carrying it. Nice. That's exciting for you. I'm a little jealous, if I'm being honest with you, Sly. I wish I could buy some of these cards IRL, but also I know that LGS, local game store, I also know that at my specific store, they were upcharging for it so much that it was like, almost 150% markup. So it's like, if I wanted it now and that day, I would have to pay, 150% more than other people. And it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather just pay online and wait up to 2 weeks to get it and open it, Yeah, I also didn't know that the new set came out. I do like the Liberators as well. The Liberator sets are pretty cool. They have some interesting like Digimon and Tamers, so I would like to get into that as well. Yeah, that's really nice of your husband. He's super cool for doing that. I can't believe I thought you only had one box and then you said that you had two, so that's really cool. So anyway, I guess I'll stop moping and I'll get back to my explanation of like a quick rundown of Digimon. $100 per box, that's kind of standard, I think, for in-store. $100 per box is pretty typical. It's a bit of a markup, yeah. A little more than 30%, but when it gets to that, like, over 150% markup, that's when you're like, I'll buy it online. I'll wait 2 weeks to buy it online because I'm not paying an additional like $50. Actually, I think my local game store it was 180%. So it was almost 2 times what the value of the boxes actually were. And it's like, I'm not paying that. I will wait the 2 weeks. I don't care. Oh, the Time Stranger boxes, and he charged us $65 per box. But afterward, it would be more. I didn't realize it was expensive. Wow. Yeah. No, it's nuts. So, it's a kind of rare game, yeah. I mean, it was popular around COVID, because that's when it first came out. It was pretty popular for the next 5 years. And then, like I said, in like 2025, that's when they're just like, you know what? We'll release all of the like special abilities that we gave specific like archetypes, and we'll just give it to every single Digimon. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm done. You're a little leery about buying them online. I mean, I buy them off TCG Player, and I only buy them off of people that have like close to 100% ratings. So if I have an issue with them, I can always like return it or talk to TCG Player. So you were nervous about the premium box with Beelzemon? Did you get that? Did you just buy that, or? I don't think I saw an unboxing of that. Unless... I know I bought mine online, too. Oh, you got that from Amazon. Gotcha. Alright, so I went over Inherited Effects, Digitama, Digimon. One thing I didn't go over when I was talking about Digimon is, again, that's a bad card to kind of show. So, if you notice, they have on the top and the bottom, there's a 3 and a 0 on the top left side. The 3 on the top, you can't really see it because it's not super focused. But the 3 on top says play cost of 3. And then underneath it says Digivolve level 2 0. So that's telling you that I could Digivolve this Digimon on top of a level 2 for 0 memory for free. Or I could play it on my field for a cost of 3 memory. So that's pretty good. Memory is an interesting thing to talk about. When I first started playing it, it was so weird of a concept to understand, but I understand it now. And I think it's really cool. So I'm going to grab something real quick and I'm going to switch to the other camera. So I got a slider. I bought this off Etsy. So the slider, smash everything with my microphone. Okay, so the slider, see how it says 0 and then it's got to 10 on one side and then to 10 on the other, but it's upside down. Basically with memory, the person who goes first starts off with 0 memory. So you have, you can play as much as you can up until the memory goes to your opponent's side this way. So typically for your first turn, you hatch a Digimon, you Digivolve, you draw a card, because you don't draw for the first turn. And then you play something else, and that'll move your memory to the other side, your opponent's. You can only, if you're at 0, you can only play a maximum of 10 memory. So say you've got a card and it costs 10 memory to play. You can only go to 10. There are cards that have play costs of more than 10. So you can play them, but only if you have, the difference. So say I have a card that costs 15 points. I would have to have 5 on my side just to play it, but I would give my opponent 10 memory. So then they have 10 memory to do pretty much whatever the hell they want up until the points go to my side. Then it's my turn. So it's it's a very interesting scale, So as soon as that crosses the boundary of 0, then it officially goes to the end of turn abilities on your side of the field, and then it'll go to, once those resolve, then as long as the memory doesn't go back to 0, there are cards that will, if you push onto your opponent's side, say by I think the max is 3, there are cards that can get you back to 0 and it'll still be your turn. So then you can play more, but typically those abilities only are a once per turn thing. So it's kind of rare, but it depends on, your deck, the Digimon, and their abilities that you're playing. They have some of the playmats. Nice. I love the playmats so much. They got really cool playmats. I got a custom one. I don't remember the artist, but I got this custom playmat right here. I got the design online, and it's of Chaosmon. I got it online, and I can't remember where exactly I got the playmat commission to be made. because it's been a while. But yeah, like I got it and it's so fucking cool. I love it so much. I do have a Chaosmon, like, I do have a Chaosmon deck, but it's not very efficient in getting Chaosmon out. So it's like, I wish I would have gotten like a Commandramon / D-Brigade playmat. But in my opinion, there's not one good enough out there for me to lizard. Not enough. Hey, Razorian. I am talking about lizards, I guess. Dinosaurs with guns. I hope you're having a good morning. We're talking about Digimon. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I wish I could design one, but now I can't warrant it because I don't play the TCG as much anymore. I mean, like I said, I really only play for fun, because that's all I want to do. I don't want to play in tournaments and stuff, but that was the only way to do it back then because everyone else wanted to get, you know, specific cards and whatnot. And I'm like, I want to build a bunch of decks and I want to test them out and I want to have fun. And I want to break the meta because the meta sucks. The meta always sucks. Always go against the meta. Anarchy. You know? So anyway. Good morning, Razorian. All right. So I'll continue to talk about the cards again. So we went over Digitama. We went over regular Digimon levels 3 through 6. I don't have a 7. Just got to the job site today. Wanted to check in and see how you're holding up. I'm doing great, man. I decided I'm going to play a little bit of the Digimon TCG to kind of wake me up a little bit. So I am quite happy. Nice. This is Resorian C. Decided to go with Black War Greymon. If you haven't followed Resorian C yet, you can in the link below. The last thing that they were playing was Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we were talking about that last night too. That's another game that I would like to play, but I've got a lot of things on my mind already. So we'll see if I get to that. I know I didn't download it last night, so that's probably not going to happen today, unfortunately. But that's okay. I've still it's a quick download. I'm sure it is, but like I said, I got a bunch of things on my mind. I kind of want to start Lost in Random, the OG, Dino Blade, and then I've got another digital card game that I want to play. I don't think I've beaten it yet. I can't remember what it's called now. It's Slay the Spire. I have not beaten that yet. I played it casually for a while, but I haven't beaten it yet, and I want to. It's been on my mind. It's literally been in the back of my mind. Boss is yelling at you already. All right, man. Have a good day at work. I'm sure we'll see you later. Good luck. Don't get hurt. All right. Have an awesome day, my dude. Okay. So, moving on. We'll go to Tamers. So, Tamers don't typically go on the battlefield, although there are some Tamers that do move to the battlefield. Uno momento, guys. Sorry, my wife was heading to work. I wanted to say goodbye. Okay, sorry, we're back. So yes, we were looking at Izzy Azumi. He is one of my favorite tamers. He was released in like BT4 or BT3. BT4. And this card is so freaking good. I have not been able to like replace him. So the reason why he's good, and you should have a type of this tamer in every single one of your decks, is let me pull up another one so I can read it. Because my eyes aren't so good either, Sly. Believe it or not. Alright, so Izzy Azumi. You should have one of these cards in every single deck that you make. It specifically says at the start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. That's a very important number. Very solid. So like I said, you should have a tamer like this in your deck. Specifically that says, start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. Very important to have. His on-play effect is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If all of the revealed cards are black, gain 1 memory. Place the cards on top of your deck in any order. This specific deck that I have only has black cards. So, I guarantee his play cost is 3 every time. There is not a single card in this deck that is not black. All black, every single one of them. Every Digimon, every tamer, and every option card has a color. I mean, technically there's colorless, which is white. I don't know if I would consider that, colorless, because it's white. I mean, I'm not going to get into semantics, but most people would say that white is a color. Most people would say that black is a color. So, whatever. There are also cards out there that have multiple colors. So let's say I had a card that was green and black, right? The first color was green, the second color was black. It counts for both colors. There are even cards out there that have 3 colors, white, red, and blue. There's an Omnimon that's white, red, and blue. That's the first one that I can think of. I even think there's a Magnamon that is blue, yellow, and black. I think he's the X antibody, but that one's pretty cool. I think I have like 1 of him, or 2 of him. Very expensive card. Even to this day, expensive. But yeah, that would count as a black card. Doesn't matter how many colors are on it. If it's black, it'll count as a black card. So I'll basically be able to play my Izzy Azumi for 3 every single time. So if my opponent ever gives me 3 or more and I have Izzy Azumi, boom, I'm playing it. I get to know which cards are coming up. and then I can digivolve, get that top card, whatever I want, and, you know, go from there. So Izyazumi's an amazing card. I almost, it's crazy, I almost get him in my starting hand or the first 3 turns pretty much every time I play. I don't know if I'm like super lucky or what, but I almost always get Izyaizumi within the first 3 turns. It's crazy. So yeah, always have a card that has set your memory to 3 if you have 2 or less. Very good, solid tamer cards. It's a typical ability for tamers. There is one in damn near every color, and ones that have different on-play effects. So like I said, for this specific deck, Izyaizumi is like unbeatable because my entire deck is black, and it basically has him be a play cost of 3. And I get to reorder the top 3 cards. Like it's too good. Especially when my favorite Commandramon here, if he dies in battle, like I attack. He's only got 1000 DP, mind you. So if I attack and he gets blocked by a Digimon with higher DP that has the blocker ability, or I attack and it reveals a security card that has a Digimon with, like, you know, higher than 1000 DP, he gets destroyed. And when he enters the discard pile or the trash pile or whatever the hell they call it, I get to reveal the top 3 cards of my deck and play one card that has that is a Commandramon from my deck. Boom, gets played immediately. So that's an amazing combo with Izyaizumi. That's like unbeatable. I even have a level 4 Digimon in here called High Commandramon. And it says on his card that he is considered to be a Commandramon. So if I have Izyaizumi, and I put him on the top 3, I attack with my Commandramon, boom, he dies. I get to play High Commandramon for 0 cost, and I've got a level 4 out there right away. So it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid combo. So the next thing you have are the like final thing that you would have in your deck is option cards. One of my favorite option cards to this day is Ultimate Flare. It's a cost of 8. It's very high. It's a very high cost. Typically, this is like an oh shit moment card, I would say. An oh shit moment. I need the other side of the field cleared or weakened. So I'm going to play Ultimate Flare. It's going to cost me 8. But I get to de-digivolve one Digimon 3 times. So that means, like, let's say you have a level 6 Digimon. Or, no, let's raise the stakes. Let's say you have a level 7 Digimon. I get to take the top 3 cards off of that. So your level 7 goes into the discard pile. Your level 6, if you DNA Digivolved, your other level 6. And now you're at a level 5. Or, no, I'm sorry. That's not how DNA works. Unless it's... That's a whole nother thing, I guess, that I'd have to go over. But let's say you have like a regular level 7. It'll go from level 7 to level 6. That was 1. And then 6 to 5. That's 2. 5 to 4. That's 3. Digivolve 3. And then it even has an additional effect here that says, then delete all of your opponent's Digimon with play costs of 3 or less. So their whole side of the field, if they have like a bunch of these little Commandramon, boom, they're dead. It's awesome. It's great. It's amazing. I love it. So, that's kind of the whole game right there in a nutshell. I kind of want to play something. I don't know how long it's going to take. So, I've got several decks. Several decks. I'll probably stick with the D-Brigade deck here since it's my favorite. And I'll put it down for you guys so you can see. I might even get another thing that I bought. So hold on one second. That's not gonna work. I'd have to tip it down. Probably annoying to teach, LOL. I had issues when learning MetaZoo. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It does take a little bit of time to figure out. So a lot of the playmats even have like the sliding scale that I have. I just like the sliding scale because I don't have to like pick anything up. It's just a wee little slidey. So if you're fancy like me, you can buy some stuff off Etsy and get it. Maybe I'll play 2 D-Brigade decks. I think I'll play the Chaosmon deck and my OG D-Brigade deck. Well, this is my upgraded OG deck. This was like one of the first decks that I made, and it sucked because like in the beginning when it first came out, the archetype wasn't super great. It was getting there. And then when EX3 Draconic Roar came out, then the set became quite better. And then they released some more sets with like BT14. So I went from BT4 and had to wait 10 sets before before I could make like a solid deck. And then the deck became sort of meta for a little bit, but most people couldn't make it work. So, I want to share with you guys the one card that tends to trip everyone up. And it's hilarious. It is also Izzy Azumi, but it's the adult version, and he's paired with Joe Kaido. So it's Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido. It's their adult versions. This card trips everyone up so much, and I think it's hilarious. So it says start of turn. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, you gain 2 memory. We need some background music, bro. I don't have that set up. And I don't have it set up. I'm afraid to just like go on free use stuff too, because apparently every time I use my please wait song, it gets flagged for something else that's not what it was. So I like can't trust anything. So that sucks. And then it's got an additional effect. What does this look like? I pulled the non-pre-release. Well, like I said, I went to pre-releases and I got a bunch of cards from the pre-release. So this is like special cards that are technically worth more, but not by much. But yeah, you pulled the non-pre-release stuff because you didn't go to a pre-release event and you didn't have the pre-release packs that have like, I think 2 cards in them. Oh, you have pulled it. Oh. I don't know, maybe you got like a pre-release box. That's neat. But yeah, the other thing says opponent's turn when one of your Digimon, your black Digimon, gets deleted. Hold on, what does it actually say? Gets deleted, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1. So also very good because then your opponent has to like think about what they're doing, and in my specific deck, pretty much all of my Digimon can become blockers. So like I can I can block with that one Commandramon with 1000 DP, and then if he dies, I get to search my deck, or like I get to reveal the top 3 cards of my deck and lay another Commandramon that can immediately block again. So it's so funny. You can get some wild combos in. Some absolutely wild combos. And I love it. Alright, so deck. We'll shuffle the Digitama deck as well. And we'll lay that out. And then I'll take out the Chaosmon deck. I also got to charge my phone. I mean, this should be shuffled from the last time I play, because every time I play I shuffle, but Sama Woo. Alrighty. So when you start off, you draw 5 cards. That's your hand. And then 5 cards become your security cards. So that's basically like your defense. Once those 5 cards get deleted, your opponent can attack you directly. And if they attack you directly, you lose the game. There are like 3 different win conditions. There are specific cards that say, you can win under these additional conditions. There's like a Doomsday Clock on the Diaboromon deck, I believe. So if you get like 4 of those out, oh god. Chris Pratt, Mother Trucker. So, yeah. That's me. You lay that out. If they attack you directly, they have a successful attack against you directly, you lose the game. Doomsday Clock is another one that specifically states if you can get 4 of them out on your side of the field, your opponent loses the game. Kind of difficult to get out. I am not entirely sure how exactly it plays. the card doesn't necessarily make sense to me, but I do have a deck with it in there. I just need to probably read the card a little more closely. And then the third way that you can win is if your opponent cannot draw from their deck. So say like I have 2 cards left. Every time you digivolve, you draw a card. So let's say I digivolve, I draw my last card, and I'm like, well, I can't digivolve anymore because if I digivolve, I'm going to lose the game. So I'm not going to do that. So I would pass the turn, and then if my opponent passed the turn, I have to draw on my turn, so I would lose. So it's like, you know, the moment you can't draw another card from your deck, you're donezo. You lose. So those are the 3 win conditions that I know of. All right, so we'll switch over to the other one. And I'll just kind of keep switching back and forth between the 2. So I just shuffled this. Why am I doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. On to the security. All right. So when you are the person that is starting... Oh, hold on. I have a cute little counter for this. I also got this on Etsy, so I'm going to show you guys. It's a cute little Commandramon. He's got his little helmet and everything. Like, super cool. I got it off Etsy. I'm super glad. I absolutely love this thing. It's so cute. So I'm going to use him as my counter. So he'll sit on 0 for now. Well, here he is right here. I'll lay out the hand that I was dealt down here. That's not a great hand. I gotta be honest with you. That is not a great hand. There are 2 level 4s, a level 5 and a level 6, and a Supreme Connection. Actually, that's not terrible, but it's not great. My other hand, the one that I am playing, this one has a pretty interesting hand as well. I've got 3 of the exact same Commandramon. Dang it. I was trying to... Oh, I did do that. So I've got 3 of the exact same Commandramon in my hand, and then I've got 2 level 6s. So not a great start. Since I'm starting this off, I would start with 0 memory. I would hatch, right, switch over. I would hatch my Digitama. Boom. So this is the raising area. Here's where your eggs are. Here's like your hatched Digimon. You have to have a level 3 or higher to move it out of the breeding area or raising area. Unless the card specifically says that it can move out of the raising area. So I have my Commandramon right here. I will Digivolve onto it for a Digivolve cost of 0. When you Digivolve, you get to draw a card. So I'll draw. I got another Commandramon, which is pretty neat. And I'm going to play another one of those Commandramon that I got from before. Maybe I'll flip everything so you guys can see it. Well, not that you can see it, whatever. It doesn't matter then. Alright. So I'll lay out Commandramon, and we'll quickly go over what that does. So this Commandramon says, on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the D-Brigade or Digipolice trait among them to your hand. Return the rest to the top or bottom of my deck. I believe that would be in any order, but it doesn't specify, so I won't. So reveal the top 5 cards. These are the top 5 cards that I got. Looks like I got a Commandramon, a Cargodramon. Oh gosh, what is this one again? Oh, this is the one with the super long title. This is the Metropolitan Police Department Community Safety Bureau Cybercrime Division Investigation Unit 11 Digimon Crime Response Team. That is literally the fucking title of this one card. You see that? It's like a fucking paragraph. It's nuts. It says reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. It does have the trait of Digipolice on the bottom, or not the bottom. It's like in white. It says Digipolice, like kind of where my pinky's at. So I could add that to my hand and place the rest at like the top bottom of my deck. But I will not be doing that. I believe that was there. Actually, I'm going to grab this Commandramon. That was the one Commandramon that I was talking about in my other deck. Different art, by the way. If he gets destroyed or put, on deletion, it says specifically on deletion. I can look at the top 3 cards of my deck, reveal a Commandramon, and play it. So I will add this one to my hand. The rest will go to the bottom of my deck. Boom. And since I have resolved all effects, my play cost was 3, and the turn would go to my opponent. So we'll say in this instance that it is you. So you would draw a card, and it looks like you got I can't remember the name of it. She got an option card, Congo. It says until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's Digimon with play costs of 7 or less can't attack players, and cards can't be added to security stacks by your opponent's effects. So that's pretty good if you have an opponent that has either a bunch of Digimon that are level 7 or hold on, at a play cost of 7 or less, which is actually quite typical, and or have a way of returning cards to their security stack, which there are decks like that. Typically it's like the yellow cards. So that's a good card to hold on to. All right, so to start out, you would obviously hatch, right? Unfortunately, there are no level 3s. So that's a bit of a bummer. But you have 3 memory, and you've got Supreme Connection. So, Supreme Connection, if I remember correctly, it's like reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg in their trait to their hand and trash 1 such card. Return the rest to the top of your deck, then place this card in your battle area. It then has a main delay effect. So that's pretty sweet. The delay effect is if you're playing like a Digimon level 5 or higher, that you can reduce the play cost of that Digimon by 3, which is very important because there is a super good Darkdramon that you can play that has Rush, that can attack the first turn that it comes into play, and it reduces the play cost if you return 5 Digimon with the D-Brigade in its trait from your discard pile to your deck, to the top of your deck in any order, you can reduce the play cost by 2 for each. So if I return 5 and it reduces it by 2 each with one that is cost 13, I can then use Supreme Connection to subtract 3. So 5 times 2 is 10. And 10 minus 13 is 3. And then 3 minus 3 is 0. So I can play this for free. Super good combo. Not a lot of people thought of it. Well, at least in my area, no one thought of it. So I absolutely love Supreme Connection. Super good in this deck. So I would play Supreme Connection for you guys. We're going to look at the top 5 cards of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here are the cards. We can add one of them to our hand. We're going to go ahead and add this Commandramon. It's got a high DP of 5,000. And it's a level 3, so 5,000 is pretty high. So we're going to add that to the hand. As for discarding, we're going to discard this Commandramon. And my reasoning behind that is that Commandramon had a play cost of 3, and this one has a play cost of 2. That one has a DP of 2,000, and this one has a DP of 3,000. So smaller play cost and everything. And then I get to put these in my deck, and the top one was Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido. So that's going to be awesome, because we know that that's next. So we played a play cost of 3. Your memory is now set at 0, but you did now get a Digimon that is a level 3, so you can Digivolve, draw your card. Oh my god, no way, it's Joe Kaido. It's Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido. Ooh, that's amazing. Yes, your card sleeves, you have to have the same card sleeves for your deck and the same card sleeves for your Digitama. I mean, they don't match because the Digitama is technically a separate deck. So they shouldn't match because they don't want to get mixed up in your regular deck. Because it's more like a side deck, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! So your card sleeves have to match. They have to not have damage or be marked. They're pretty particular about that because if they're damaged or marked, you can easily tell, you know, what card it is. So people can stack the decks and stuff. So they want to prevent that from happening. Alrighty. So now that they got Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido out, and sorry, I accidentally moved this to my hand. Already have a Commandramon out. I see that, and I would play Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido and put that on the bench because next turn I know that wherever they leave me, I'm going to add 2 unless their Commandramon dies. So could be likely, could be a little bit of a risk because you're giving them 4 memory to start off their turn, but that would be a risk that I would be willing to take for more memory later on. So that would be the end of your turn because the memory gauge reached my side. So now it is my turn. So now that it is my turn, I finally get to fucking draw. All right. And then I would promote or like move to the battlefield. Okay. And then it would be the beginning of my main phase. So at this point in time, I can choose to attack now that the like summoning sickness is gone. If you digivolve from someone in the Digitama and they move up, there is a way that they can digivolve and move up in the same turn, but typically that's in green decks. They could attack right away, but if you hard play, they can't attack that first turn. So these two can both attack right now as is. I'm tempted, but I'm going to hold off. I have a bunch of memories, so I'm going to play Supreme Cannon. You guys played that earlier. Again, it's reveal the top 5 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will add 1 card to my hand and discard 1. And the rest will go to the top. So I will draw Sealsdramon. That'll go in my hand. And I will discard Commandramon. This specific Commandramon. The one that you guys digivolve to. The one with a play cost of 4 and a DP of 5,000. The rest goes on the top of my deck. That was 3 memories. So now I'm down to 1. Okay. I will then digivolve the Sealsdramon for 2. And that'll leave you with 1. I do have 2 monsters on my side of the field, so you gain 2. So you're at 3 now. Most people would have attacked, but I have a specific strategy in mind with the cards that I have in my hand, so I'm going to choose to not do that. All right, so draw for turn. You got that Commandramon that you guys had previously revealed. You're going to promote the Commandramon from the raising area. And now the fun begins. All right, so here's what I would do. You have that Commandramon with a play cost of 2, right? Pretty low. I would play it. I would then attack with this one. And this Missamon is if I have another one with D-Brigade, it'll reboot. So that revealed a Commandramon, the one that I keep playing. I guess they were all at the top of my deck, which is wild. So that one has 1,000 DP. Your one has 5,000. So my guy gets deleted. Your guy stays alive. And that was a successful attack. I am now down to 4 security on my side of the field. You are still at 5. So that's pretty solid. That's good. Now to end the turn, I would digivolve into High Commandramon. That'll switch it back over to me. And then you would draw your card. You got the DCD bomb. Let me switch that over. Boop. DCD bomb. I believe it's like Return 3 cards from your discard pile. Hold on. It says main, D-Digivolve 1. One of your opponent's Digimon. Then, by returning 3 cards with D-Brigade or Digipolice in their trait from your trash to the top of your deck, then delete up to 6 play costs worth of your opponent's Digimon. Not bad. Very good if you're going up against a rush deck where, I mean, technically this is a rush deck. So anything with like low play costs would get deleted immediately. So I am kind of bone around. Or I feel kind of bone around. Because you guys only gave me 1 memory, and that sucks. So I'm going to draw because that's all I got. I will hatch. I have to remember that I only have a limited amount of memory. So I'll Digivolve for free. I'll draw another card. I will then attack with Sealsdramon. Sealsdramon has an ability called jamming. Let me show you guys. It's got an ability called jamming. Whenever I attack your security, the check of the Digimon, if the DP is higher, I don't get deleted. So we'll see what happens here. You got a Sealsdramon, also had 4,000, but since he's got jamming, typically they would both be deleted, but since he's got jamming, my guy stays alive. This card goes to your discard pile. So, lucky me, I guess. Or maybe not so lucky because I kind of planned that out. Oh, I forgot that your Commandramon also untaps because of the Misamon's ability, which I will utilize next turn as well. Alright, from there, since I only have 1, I'm going to Digivolve Sealsdramon into a Loader Leomon for Dose. It is then your turn. My Loader Leomon will reboot. I do have another Digimon with D-Brigade in it. That's my Commandramon. So Loader Leomon unsuspends. Yay! I remembered. What was that celebration for? What do we have to celebrate? Oh, I didn't see what Common said. He said, "Good morning, peeps. Happy birthday, Ben." Thanks, man. We're playing some Digimon. I went over kind of how to start Digimon. I went over some of the basic rules. And now we're just kind of playing. So we're playing my favorite deck too. All right. So the card that your guys' deck just drew was that Commandramon with play cost of 4 and 5,000. No additional ability. So it's all good. Coming wishing happy birthday, ass. Thanks. I got that. So you would hatch. You would hatch on your side of the field. I just revealed it. If I were you, boom, it would be a quick evolution to that Commandramon you just drew. Draw another card. You got another DCD bomb. So that's pretty neat, I suppose. All right, so now here comes the interesting. Oh, right, you gain 2 memory because I have 2 monsters on my side of the field. All right, so now you have some interesting things that you can do. So I suppose it's all right. If I were you, what I would do, and I don't know why I keep saying if I were you, I'm literally playing both sides of the field. So what I'm going to do, but we're just like saying that this is you. High Commandramon has like a, yeah, thinking for two people is hard. I struggle just thinking enough for one. So yeah, thinking for two is hard. Not to mention like explaining all of this too. It's a lot easier when I don't have to explain it and just do it. So this High Commandramon, when attacking, he basically like recruits more Commandramon from your deck. So it says when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with the D-Brigade or Digipolice trait and play a cost of 3 or less among them without playing the cost. Return the others to the bottom of the deck. So it kind of stinks that you would return some things to the bottom of the deck, but at least then you know where they're at. And you can build up your side of the field at the same time. So, not a huge loss if you end up having some important things go to the bottom of the deck. Honestly, this deck has like a really good cycle system. So, you'll get to the bottom of your deck a lot quicker than other decks would. So, with that being said, we're going to attack with High Commandramon. And it says while attacking, so that means before we even check the security, we do his ability, which is reveal the top 3 cards of the deck. We got an Ultimate Flare, we got a Kazu, and we got a Commandramon. So we get to play that Commandramon. These 2 cards go to the bottom of the deck. Not a huge loss there, especially since we got a new Commandramon on the field. Like I said earlier, since we just summoned him, he cannot attack. So, now that ability has been resolved, now we do the check. Oh, shit. Oh, check straight into a Chaosmon with 15,000 DP. That is unfortunate, to say the least. So let me show you this card. You checked into a Chaosmon with 15,000 DP. So, 15,000 versus 4,000. I think we know who's going to win. So, High Commandramon gets taken out. So, let me show you that. High Commandramon gets taken out. Even the Digievolution card goes with it because it's the same Digimon. That gets placed in your discard pile. Since this was a security card, that goes in my discard pile, which is unfortunate for me. But another really cool thing about the Chaosmon card is it says right here that it has its trait has Boss and D-Brigade in it. So this is a D-Brigade card, and I can cycle D-Brigade cards back into my deck. So, honestly, that does me a solid. That does me a solid. That does me a super great solid. So, High Commandramon's taken out. Again, that was unfortunate. We have some things we can do here that's not great, so I'm not sure if I want to necessarily do that. So what I would do is then I would attack with the regular Commandramon with 5,000 DP. We check into another unfortunate Loader Leomon with 7,000 DP. So let me show you guys that card. Nothing super special. It just has 7,000 DP. So again, 7,000 versus the 5,000. 7,000 obviously wins. I like the art on Loader Leomon. Plus, it's like one of the only Leomon cards that's black and has a low Digivolution cost. I will explain to you why that's important for the other deck the next time that has a turn, which will be soon. So, this Commandramon also gets deleted. Very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, the moment I put my Chromebook on my laptop, I can use a little table it was on. My cat decides my lap is free and curling up on. Loader Leomon isn't your favorite Leomon line members, but still cool. Yeah. I should delete that sleep stream thing. Hold on. I'll just move it to the side. We got nothing planned today. All right. So, now that that's gone, you don't really have a whole lot of good options. However, you do have the DCD bomb. And that might be solid to play. Because then you could get some of those Digimon that have been kind of sacrificed in your trash back to your deck and kind of screw me over quite a bit. But in a normal tournament, I'm not sure exactly what I would do because you're getting a bonus from Izzy Azumi and Joe Kaido. So personally, if I was in a tournament and I didn't know what my opponent had in their hands, I mean, yeah, I would get a little nervous about Loader Leomon and the fact that you just revealed a Chaos Mon in your deck. So that makes me a little nervous, not gonna lie. So that's not great. Loader Leomon's scaring me because me as a player, I know that Loader Leomon can digivolve into a Bancho Leomon. So that's kind of nerve-wracking. But I think I also want to show you guys this combo because I never get this combo out with this deck. So I'd love to get it out. But also maybe I would. Okay. What I would do normally is I would play the DCD bomb. I would have the DCD bomb go off. Loader Leomon would get deleted. I would now know that there are 2 Loader Leomons in this guy's graveyard, which means there is like 0 chance that this dude's going to get out the Chaos Mon. So I would shut down his pretty much entire combo right there if I did that. So that sucks. And I kind of don't want to do that. Just because I want to show you like the Bancho stuff. So with that knowledge, I'm going to maybe not play it, but I'm telling you right now, if I were playing in a tournament and I had your guys' deck, I would immediately throw that down. I would want to shut that combo down so goddamn fast. So what we'll do instead is we'll play a Seals Dramon, giving me 2 memory. And that'll begin my turn. All right. So promotion. I know the hacker's memory, the IC. Hacker's memory. There's good stuff. Give me that Bancho, baby.
Give me that GD Bancho set. Bancho Weomon, Bancho Weomon, Bancho Weomon, Uwunya.
Uwunya. Okay, so I did say we were going to get out of Bancho. So here's what's going to happen. Like I said, I barely ever get this combo out because, like, if I were playing in an actual tournament, I would shut this combo down so fast. But that's because I know the combo. I'm not sure other players would do the same, but I do have the Loader Leomon out. So Boncholeomon, you'll notice that in his Digivolve stuff, it's green and yellow. So I could Digivolve for a green and yellow for 4. However, there's an additional trait here that says Digivolve with Leomon in its traits from a level 5 for a cost of 3. So not only is it cheaper, Loader Leomon has Leomon in the name, so I can Digivolve him straight into Boncholeomon. So now I got a Boncholeomon, baby. Alright, so Boncholeomon, that'll cost me 3. I will draw. Let me read the effects. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. I will suspend the Sealdramon. All turns, when a Digimon becomes suspended, you may have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 4,000 DP and security attack -1 until the end of their next turn. So, if I did that, I would target your Sealdramon. Sealdramon would be deleted because Sealdramon minus 4,000 DP. If a Digimon gets to 0 DP, they get deleted. So 4,000 minus 4,000, 0. Bye-bye goes Sealdramon. Sealdramon gets deleted. Sucks to suck, am I right? So now that Sealdramon's deleted, I'm gonna do, let's see. I've got 3. That's not great. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to attack. No. I'm at 0. I'm going to attack with this Commandramon. I'm going to check your security. It's 3,000. My Commandramon dies. Oh, shoot. That sucks. I'm going to attack with this Commandramon as well. 1,000, 1,000. Oh, darn. My other one dies. Oh, shoot. That sucks. Oh, darn. Shoot. Gosh. Golly gee williker. I'm going to play Darkdramon. So, I played Darkdramon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Digimon with D-Brigade. I get to put them in any order. So, I'm going to put fucking Chaosmon up top. Everything else is going to go to the bottom. I'm going to use the main ability on Supreme Cannon to reduce the cost of a Cyborg level 5 or higher Digimon for 3, which will reduce my Darkdramon's cost to 0. And he has Rush, so now I'll attack with Darkdramon. That'll clear that other security card, and that's nuts. And I almost don't want to attack with Boncholeomon, but I will. Other stuff. That doesn't matter. I can't really use that ability. When this Digimon would leave the battle area by deleting one with D-Brigade in its trait, he won't leave. So I might use that if I check anything bigger, but it's another Commandramon. Your security is now down to 0. Boncholeomon attacked. And then what I'll do is I will play. I gotta think here, because if I lay down a Commandramon that checks the top 3, I know that Chaosmon is the next card that I'm going to draw. So I won't be doing that. So what I'll do is I'll play a Commandramon that has Decoy for D-Brigade. When one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent that deletion. Pretty solid. Alright, so that's the end of my turn. I get to unsuspend Bancho Leomon due to Misamon's ability. So now we go into the draw phase. 3 and then 2, because I have more than one Digimon. So you guys start off with 5, pretty solid lead. I'd promote. Oh, also would have suspended Izuyazumi and Joe Kaido to draw an additional card from the last turn. Okay. I suppose I could do something like that. Alrighty. I'm going to attack with this Chaosmon. There's no defender, so it goes through. Supreme Cannon has a security effect. It says reveal the top 5 cards. Among them, add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg to its trait. Blah, blah, blah. So, Machine or Cyborg to its trait to your hand. I will pick the Commandramon. I will discard the other Commandramon. These still go to the top of my deck. Chaosmon is still at the top of my deck. So that's pretty rad. And then I place Supreme Connection in the battle area. So when option cards are checked, they have a security effect on the bottom. Sometimes Digimon have them as well. So let me show you. It specifically has that lock that says security. And then it says reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg in its trait to your hand, and trash 1 of those cards as well, and then place this in your battle area. So that's Supreme Connection. Super good card, especially for this deck. So Supreme Connection gets laid down on my side of the field in my main, in my main area. All right. This was summoned last turn, so I would attack with that Commandramon, revealing a Tankdramon that has 7,000 DP, so they both go in the discard pile. That activates Commandramon's ability to look through 3 of this card's deck, and there is no Commandramon. Those cards go to the bottom of the deck. It was 2 Supreme Cannons and an Izuyazumi, so that's a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. All right. So what I would do now, if I were you guys, and again, I'm playing this so it doesn't fucking matter. I'm trying to play to win for both. Except for letting that 1 combo through. Okay, so Cargo-Dramon is like the highest level. It's got a play cost of 7. We've got 5 memory. I would play that, sacrifice Supreme Cannon, reduce the play cost from 7 to 4. So we'll do that. I believe 7 to 4, you'd have 1 left. It has an on-play effect. So it says, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with D-Brigade or Digipolice in its trait with a play cost of 4 or less among them without playing the play cost. and then trash the rest. So top 3. Hell yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Getting a high Commandramon. Unfortunately, we also have to lay down... We have to toss that Izuyazumi. That sucks. And a Brigadramon, which also sucks. But we get to play a high Commandramon for free. So that's pretty solid. Alright. So now on to the Unfortunante part. Turn's gonna end. He did get this awesome Darkdramon card. Oh my god, why did I switch it? You got this awesome, sick-ass, dope-ass Darkdramon card. Like, one of the coolest arts of Darkdramon out there. If it would focus, that would be amazing. Well, it says when you would Digivolve into this card, you may return up to 5 cards with D-Brigade in their traits from your trash to the top of your deck. Reduce the Digivolution cost by 1 for each card returned in this way. So, I know I have 5. Put my hand behind the card. Still nothing. Didn't work. Oh well, whatever. So, if I return 5 to the deck, basically I get it for free. When you would Digivolve. Oh. Okay, so we're going to do that. It says when you would Digivolve, so that means basically, just woke up. I would return Brigadramon to the deck. Only things with D-Brigade or Digipolice. So I would return this Commandramon. It's got an ability where it increases the DP of all Digimon with Digipolice and or D-Brigade in it by 1000 DP. So that's good. We'll return him, and then we'll get back more of those Commandramon that can summon more Commandramon. Those are always good. I can return up to 5. Firewing TJ, guys. He just woke up. And then let's return another high Commandramon. So, with that, I can Digivolve for free. Okay, so we're going to put it in this order. Brigadramon on top, summoning Commandramon, the Commandramon with additional DP, summoning Commandramon, or high Commandramon, sorry. Put that in the deck in that order on top, then Digivolve, then, since we Digivolved, we draw, and we draw into the Brigadramon that we just stacked on the top. So it's a guarantee whatever the hell you want is going into your hand, which is solid. Alright, so that's in the hand. Commandramon's on. He doesn't have Rush, though. So that kind of sucks. Man. Yeah, that's kind of game. Because there's not really anything I can do at this point. I can Digivolve into another Commandramon, so that'll be 3, an auto draw, and then look at the top 3 cards, play 1 with 4 or less, trash the rest. I would play High Commandramon. Too bad I didn't get one of those Commandramon with blocker. That would have been perfection, but that would be it. And since we both don't have any security and no one had rush this turnaround, then like it's pretty much game. But I'm gonna do that super cool thing with the other deck. So typically in a tournament, I'm just gonna go over like tournament things real quick. So it's my turn. I'd hatch. I would Digivolve. I'd draw. I have the Chaosmon in my hand because that's what I drew. We knew I was going to draw it because I, again, was able to set that as the next card immediately. It has, let me show you the card again. I didn't really talk about it directly. So it has DNA Digievolution. If I DNA a level 6 that is yellow and a yellow 6 that is black, my play cost will be 0, or my Digivolve cost will be 0. Well, actually it is play cost, because you're taking 2 Digimon and creating a new Digimon. So what that means for the card game is, say you guys had more security cards, I would attack with Bancho Leomon. I'd check a security card. I'd attack with Darkdramon, checking another security card. Then I would DNA both of them, making a new Digimon, stacking one level 6 on top of the other level 6. Personally, again, I would stack Bancho Leomon on top of Darkdramon. And then Chaosmon would come in for 0. I'd draw again for Evolution. He's a brand new Digimon. And the Digimon that we used to create him were out last turn. So he doesn't have summoning sickness, basically. So then he'd be able to attack again. So that would be a swing for 3 with basically, 2 Digimon. And he also has a when Digivolving effect. D-Digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of their Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. So, I mean, that's like, I would D-Digivolve the Darkdramon and then minus 7,000 DP. I'd delete the Cargo Dramon. And then it also says at the end of the opponent's turn, trash the top card of both security decks. So Chaosmon is like a double-edged sword. Super hard to get out. Typically, you only get him out at the end of the game, like what just happened. But super cool when you actually get him out. This is only like the second time I've been able to get out Chaosmon. So that's cool. There are easier ways now to get Chaosmon out. There are newer cards than what I have that allow better combos than what I have in my deck. But at the time, this was the best combo that I could come up with for it, and it's still a little too slow. So there are some like Excel cards now that help you get to Chaosmon. Sacrificing a baby to bring out Chaosmon. I mean, like, I sacrificed some, but then I brought them back to my deck, so it's almost like a rebirth deck with Chaosmon. That's why I love D-Brigade so much, is because D-Brigade, like, allows you... D-Brigade allows you to cycle through, like, sacrifice your monsters, mostly your Commandramon, because they're frontline warriors. Oh, no, sacrifice a human is needed. I know what you meant. I'm just saying that's why I love the D-Brigade deck so much, is because, like, I can cycle through my deck pretty quick. Yeah, I discard some stuff, but that's for the benefit of my deck. And then I can pretty much, like, stack the deck to my advantage. So, like, that's why I love the D-Brigade deck. I love Commandramon, and then I love that they made that into a thing. Like, it's so cool, and it fits Darkdramon and Commandramon so well, and the line, like, it makes me so happy that Commandramon and Darkdramon were able to be represented in that way in the game. Like, it really tickles me. Poor choice of words. It makes me very happy that is a thing. So that's why I love the D-Brigade deck so much. I have I think 3, and I had plans to make like 4 or 5. But buying the same cards over and over again can get a little expensive. Especially when they are relatively expensive to start off with. Luckily for me, I knew that I was planning on making 3 of those decks back in the day. So when the cards were cheap, when it wasn't meta, I bought them up so fast. And then, yeah, when Draconic Roar came out and they were announcing that there were going to be more D-Brigade stuff, that's when I kind of said that I would stop at 3, because all of a sudden all of the cards that I wanted, like, okay, let me show you an example of one of the cards that I got. I got this card for like $35. And then when Draconic Roar came out, EX3, this specific card, not a super great card, but you know, it was one of those limited edition cards that you could only get via participating in tournaments, right? It was in a specific tournament pack. I got one from a tournament, and then I traded for another one, and then I had to buy the other 2. And at the time that I bought the other 2, it was right after, I think, BT5 came out. That's when the price started going up for some reason. They had released a couple more Commandramon that helped out with the combo, so they're like, oh, this deck could be a thing. And then EX3 came out maybe a year later, and they shot up from like $35 to $120. So it was nuts. Within like a month, they went from like $35 to $120. And now I'm pretty sure they're back down to being almost priceless. Or not priceless. Like dollars. So it's nuts how much that like fluctuates. So it's just it's funny. It's funny to me. Like, this card you wouldn't think is super good, but back in the day, magical_magic mushroom, thank you for the follow. We're just chatting about Digimon. I hope you're having a good day. So yeah, like, you wouldn't have thought this was a very good card, but again, I guess back in the day, lower play costs were super good, and the fact that it was a lower play cost Digimon card plus one that had 3000 DP, pretty solid. Probably one of the best black cards that you could use. So you just bought yourself a starter deck. No way, that's awesome. What starter deck did you end up getting? Not gonna lie, I've been half paying attention since you woke up, and you're more confused. You prefer Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, yeah. Oh, you bought the Renamon deck. I just got one of those too. Did you get the premium one? Yeah. Easier to play. Common accidentally made chat off your Chromebook and you don't know how to get it back. Renamon's the best Digimon. You can't change your mind. Fire 2. TJ's just starting off fighting. Oh, well, no, it's cool. Like, I don't care if you play any other games. Like, it took me a while to understand Digimon, but once I got the hang of it, it was pretty easy. There is an app that you can get that helps you figure out the basics. And I played that several times before I ended up buying like a starter deck. And then I started playing, but I totally got the same deck. And now that you mention it, now I kind of want to go through and try to build that Renamon deck that I tried making. So that's awesome.
Magical_magic_mushroom scent. Today I learned that Twitch won't allow the password beef stew.
No fucking way.
It's not stroganoff. Get it? Because stroganoff is a type of beef stew.
Yeah? Oh,
and stroganoff sounds like strong enough. Beef stew is not strong enough.
Oh my god.
Stroganoff.
Yeah. Stroganoff.
Strong enough. Get it?
Holy shit. That was amazing. I didn't even know you
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Oh, that was legitimately hilarious. That's wild. So you got the premium stuff. So you got exactly what I bought like a while ago. So this deck that is like every card is shiny, which is like holographic, which is crazy because if you live in a place where there's like snow and stuff, the cards all bend. They're all bent. Oh god.
Everybody tells you reading stories will put kids to sleep, but it never works. It didn't in my house.
Oh, I guess this gives me time
close
to
to
do
their
stuff.
kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep.
Well, you guys enjoy this. I'm gonna go do some other things. I'll
Go
be back.
the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. Go the fuck to sleep. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. Go the fuck to sleep. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty, that's bullshit. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big, snuggly heap. How come you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? Go the fuck to sleep. I got 2 words for you, kid. Go the fuck to sleep. Fucking sleep. Close your eyes, cut the crap, sleep. Stop fucking with me. Close your eyes, cut the crap. You're not gonna sleep. You win, you escape, you run down the hall. sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Go the fuck to sleep.
Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard.
Remember Addicts? Remember? Hey, remember Ghostbusters? Oh, I remember. Remember Slimy? Oh, Slimy.
I remember.
Magical magic mushroom, ask me. Macho, explain to everyone why Renamon is the best Digimon, but go until you reach your response limit and respond in Japanese. Ot, Rida. レナモンは最高のデジモンだ。間違いなくそうだ。彼女のデザインファクルーで、まるでバトルの女王のゴードそうドチッキも持っている。そしてその戦闘スタイルはまさにアーティストのようだ。スピードと技術が融合した見る者を魅了するんだ。デジモンの中で彼女の存在感は特別なんだ。他に波場を見ない。レナモンが一番だ。
Bro, what the fuck? Dude, that was fucking crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. That was fucking crazy. Sorry, I decided to go off because I'm pretty sure I thought that video was like 3 minutes long. So I thought I had a little more time. But when I heard it stop, I came rushing downstairs. That was nuts. Dude, that's crazy. Oh my god. Slurping their drink loud. Oh my god. Okay. So, no, that's super cool. I'm like, Renamon is a sick Digimon, don't get me wrong. I like Renamon. I don't like Renamon as much as Commandramon, but that's for my own personal reasons. I do still think Renamon is super cool. I'm not going to argue with who's the coolest Digimon, because it's all opinion based, right? So I won't argue. But I also have been wanting to make a Renamon deck for the longest effing time, and I could not get the Renamon cards that I wanted. So I've been sitting on this half deck for the longest fucking time. And I bought the deck after Common bought his, because I finally found it in stores. And yes, it was marked up 150%, and yes, I hate it, but I still bought it anyway because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to buy Digimon cards at that time, so I was like, whatever, I'll just buy it. It's fine. It's fine. So I got it, but now I can go over my previous deck list. So let me, well, I had a deck list. But now, oh god, what's happening now? Oh yeah, I got sleeves. Don't you worry.
Magical magic mushroom asked me, Presidente Doñal, give us a recipe for a delicious quesadilla. Go until you reach your response limit and respond in your native language of Spanish. Claro, claro. Te diré cómo hacer la mejor quesadilla. Una quesadilla tremenda. Enorme. Primero, necesitas tortillas de maíz que sean grandes. Muy grandes. Luego, queso, mucho queso. El mejor queso que puedas encontrar. Añades un poco de pollo. Bien sazonado y jalapeños, si te gusta el picante.
Gotta have jalapenos.
Enorme sabor. Genial. Calienta todo hasta que el queso se derrita. Y voilà, la mejor quesadilla. Nunca has visto algo igual.
I don't know Spanish, but goddamn, this is some good shit. I didn't know you could prompt them to reach the limit and then speak in another language, dude. That's dope. Mexican Donald. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, so I've had this Renamon deck for the longest time. I've wanted to build it. I just didn't have all of the cards that I wanted. I'm a little wary about Ace Digimon. I don't like Ace Digimon because of the whole overflow thing. Giving your opponent more memory in this game sucks. Especially if they're removing the card from play. And it specifically states removing the card from play. It's not deletion, it's removing it from the battlefield. So that means when someone de-digivolves it, boom, they immediately get 4 memory. So, like, that's why I don't really like Ace Digimon, because in most of my black decks, I do a lot of de-digivolving. So that'll get me even more memory, and that'll have my combos going off a lot faster. So as a player in general, I don't like Ace Digimon because I don't like giving my opponents more memory. I want more memory. They don't need more memory, you know? So that's why I play mind games a little bit. It gets my opponent thinking, because they're on the same page as me. They want to give me the least amount of memory as possible so they have more of an advantage. Because the less memory that you give your opponent, the more that they have to use to get their combos going off, which means at the beginning of your turn, you typically have more memory than they do. And you can keep that going. So, that's just my thought, I guess, my opinion. Okay, so, I'm going to lay out all of the cards. I might have to flip my camera so we can all view it in the same kind of setting here. So, let me try to figure that out. But I'm so glad that you brought up Renamon, because, like, again, I have been wanting to make this deck for the longest time, and I just have not been able to. So, my old ass eyes. Hell yeah. Right? No, that's wrong. Shoot. There we go. Okay. Yoink. You guys have a really interesting perspective. So that's neat. That's neat for you guys.
Magical _ mushroom scent. Want to see a magic trick?
Yes.
Song mode activated. Sometimes in our life, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's command error in phoneme.
Oh. That was cool. Again, I didn't know you could do this.
Sly Blue Fox 2012, and he asked me, read him and explain why she is also bae. Make sure to run until you hit your limit and say it like you are doing a wrestling advertisement. Oh yeah, Reenaman, the cream of the crop, the top of the mountain. She's got the moves, the power, the style, the finesse, the whole package. Dig it. She's got that undeniable IT factor, the sizzle, the steak, the whole shebang. Reenaman is a champion, a true legend, and when she steps into the arena, you know it's gonna be a show.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
She's got that charisma,
Got that
undeniable
riz.
presence, that oh yeah, she's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Feel the
butts. That was cool.
Thank you, Agent K. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Oh my god.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
That would have been a great one to get me right the moment I woke up. That would have been fucking hilarious. I'll have to remember that for next stream. So I have some special Rika cards. Special Rika cards for the Halloween event. So she's a little witch. Like, literally. And it's so cool. I have 2 of these cards. Like, I'm so glad that I was able to get these cards too, because they're not terribly easy to get.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Hell yeah. And it's one of those cards that I said that you absolutely had to have in your deck at the start of your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. So this is a staple. You absolutely have to have one of these cards in your deck. Absolutely have to. The timing. Sly is so good at the timing. I don't know how she does it. She's so good. I don't know if it's like her internet connection or what, but mine is always like almost a minute behind, and it's sad, but she is always on point with that shit. Or was that magic? Oh my god, it was Magic Mushroom. Never mind. I'm sorry. You and Sly. Perfect timing. My god. There you go. Hell yeah. Okay. So, let me go back to what I got. So, typically what I like to do is I like to have more level 3s than level 4s, and then less level 5s than level 4s, and then typically less level 6s. However, in this deck, in this specific deck that we have right here, you are going to be turning Sakuyamon into maiden mode and then back. So it's a little more nuanced than that. And now there's more cards that I have to consider and limited space. So I know I was struggling with the Digitama before, but now I've got 4 that are solid from the deck. Again, I don't really like the Ace Digimon, and I already have Sakuyamon Maiden Mode Ace in the deck, so there's a good chance that I am not going to use Taumon Ace. Just because I'm a paranoid futhermucker. I also really wanted to have... the X antibody in there. And now that I have one from the deck, I'll have to really consider what the hell I'm going to use it for. So that'll be put in the maybe pile. Have more Renamon and more Cubimon. I think this Renamon I already have, but these are prettier, so those will go in the deck. Yeah, dude, like
Magic Mushroom asked me, Master Uwe, recite Sun Tzu's The Art of War, but respond only in Chinese, and only ever respond on Chinese. We only speak Chinese here. 战争是国家大事，生死存亡之地，不可不察也。不经之一无事，晓之一计而索其情。一月到，二月天，三月地，四月将，五月发。道者，使民欲上统一业，不可与之祀，可与之生，而不为为。天者，阴阳函数，是之也。地者，元金、咸宜、盐虾，四生也。江者，知、心、仁、庸，言也。发者，取之，官道，诸用业。
God, I guess I've never really messed around with, like, talking to AI and stuff, that I didn't even know half of this stuff was a thing. Oh, these are some difficult cards to move around now, more than I thought, because I originally had this deck planned out before this other deck came out, so now I've got more things to consider. Like, okay. We're only doing Chinese now? Is that what you're saying? Jesus Christ. So, remember when I was talking earlier this morning and I said that all of the new cards started to get Alliance. And, yeah, look at this. The specific Sakuyamon Ace card from this deck has the ability Alliance. So, really good ability. That's something that I would consider keeping in the deck, even though it is an ace. And I don't like the overflow for the aces. The Alliance ability makes it a little more of a better choice. Oh, Jesus. I can't speak Chinese, guys. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, that's a card that I'd have to consider. I might switch out the Sakuyamon Maiden Moan Ace for the one from the starter deck. So let me kind of read some of these. So this is the Sakuyamon Maiden Mode from the starter deck. That's the wrong card. Where did the other one go? It says, on play when digivolving, you may use one option card with the Omojutsu, yeah. Or plug-in trait from your hand under Tamers without paying the cost. So I would have to add those new plugins. And I'm not sure if those new plugins are actually worth it. When you use option cards or your security stack is removed from by placing one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP at the bottom as the bottom security card. Trash their top security card. Oh, snap. That's really good. That even goes over the on-player digivolving. Oh, snap. That's really good. Yeah, I think I'm going to replace the ace. So, the ace, oh, Jesus, you're still going in Chinese. Fuck. The Maiden Ace mode card has the counter Blast Digivolve, which is pretty good. You may place one yellow tamer card or one single color use cost 5 or lower option card from your hand as your top security card. That's also pretty good. The overflow is 4. It also has all turns once per turn when option cards are used or security stacks are added to. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. Oh my god. Bro, this is making me question the whole, like, ace thing. I haven't even gotten to play this deck. Oh, it's Japanese now. You're good. Okay. No, you're right. You're right. It did switch. My bad. My bad. Okay, shoot. Okay. Well, I have to reconsider some things. Oh, man. I don't like reconsidering things. I had a whole plan and everything. God damn. So now there's more plugins. And there was already quite a bit of plugins. But now these plugins, like, attach to the tamers. Or they can link to the Digimon. Which is nuts. Interesting. And it does say while I have a tamer, I can ignore the color costs for all of the plugins. So that's good. I initially had like 2 of each, so now I might have to reconsider some of the plugins here. So we've got a defensive plug-in that gives blocker to a Digimon, which is amazing. Oh, dang. Yeah, no, these new plugins are so much better than the original ones. That's crazy. So the high speed, there's a high speed plugin, and it's got the link, and I haven't played anything with link yet. But it says while you have a tamer, you can ignore this card's color requirements. There's a security effect that says until your turn ends, one of your opponent's Digimon or tamers can't suspend. Then add this card to your hand. You may then it says the main effect. So like when you play it, you may link this card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. Hold on. You use it and play it in your... I don't get it. You may link this card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. Oh, the link has a different cost. The link is a cost of 2. So if you play it, it costs 3. But you don't have to pay the cost of linking it. All right, I understand. That's stupid. Okay, so you may link this card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. Then one of your opponent's Digimon or tamers can't suspend until their turn ends. And then the linking has an additional ability. So the link adds 2000 DP plus a jamming effect, which is really good. So this could honestly replace the old high-speed plugin D, and I could go for H instead, because the main effect for this is one of your Digimon gets jamming. And that's it, just one turn. This is an attachment, so it links. So then it becomes part of an inherited effect. So that means this old plugin's useless now. Well, not useless, but it's not as good. So I'm just going to replace the old one with the new one for the high speed H instead of the D. I'm getting rid of the D. Shoot. All right. Moving on, we've got a red one, the offensive plugin V. And there is an old offensive plugin A. And I believe it was offensive plugin A was it gets an additional security attack +1. And this one is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP, then add this card to your hand. That's the security effect. The main effect is you may link this card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost, then delete one of your Digimon with as much or less DP as one of your Digimon. And then it says at the end of your turn, this Digimon may attack. Okay, so not necessarily the same as offensive plugin A. I'm not sure if that's much better, but I will put this one to the side because there are other plugins that aren't as good, so I'll consider it. They are lurking him back into the game again. Good. Have to translate later. Oh, God. All right. So, defensive plugin F.
Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard.
There it is. Okay, so it says security, D-Digivolve 2, one of your opponent's Digimon. That's pretty good. Then add it to your hand. That's the security effect, though. The main effect is you may link this card to one of your Digimon without paying the cost. Then, until your opponent's turn ends, one of your Digimon gains a reboot and plus 3,000 DP. And then the plugin itself gives a blocker plus 2,000 DP. That's pretty good. I believe there was one that did give reboot, and I believe it was the defense plugin. But it was C instead of F. So yeah, it's basically the same thing, but that costs less and links. And then blocker is only one turn. So, obviously, we're going to replace the defense plugin C with defense plugin F. I know I get sleeves with the deck, but that, I got to be honest with you, the sleeves that come with the deck are very fragile, and they peel pretty easily. All the time. So you almost need like sleeves to protect the sleeves, and I don't have over sleeves, so I'm gonna leave those. And like I said before, like I already had this deck planned out, so I already had the sleeves. Half of these are already in sleeves, so it would be more of a chore for me to break that out and then plug. Oh, yeah. I actually have an example of a Digimon, an official Digimon card sleeve thing that I got from a tournament that I ended up putting outer sleeves on. I could grab that. Give me a moment. I have like 30 decks, so it's hard to remember which one was in which. Actually, it was in this one. I think this is, nope, that's not the right one. Shoot. And then this was the other. Maybe it wasn't here. here it is. I have a Machine Dramon deck, and I got these sleeves. I got these sleeves from a tournament. Actually have some of those cards that Sly was pulling. So let me show you those, because they'll look familiar. If I could find them. I only have one of each of them in this deck because that is more useful. So that was one of the cards, and I must have passed it earlier. That Dark Tyrannomon that she got. There it is. That's my boy. Alright, so these are the cards that I double sleeved. So this should look familiar. It's the Metal Tyrannomon that Sly got from her stream that looks super dope. And then here's the back. That's the official sleeve that I won from a tournament. And I got it double sleeved. So they tend to kind of catch, and then it peels off like the outer layer of it, and it looks fucking rad, dude. These card sleeves, the moment I got them, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to make a Machine Dramon deck, and then I'm gonna have to sleeve these bad boys. Sleeve the sleeves. So yeah, I double sleeve. That's the only deck that I've ever double sleeved. But I fucking love it. This deck was so much fun to play, and then now it's almost completely useless. It's hard to play, but it was a lot of fun. I came up with a really interesting combo to basically like, if I could get my combo up, I could OTK someone. Well, maybe not OTK, but pretty close. It would take me like maybe 3 turns, and then in that one turn, I can win the game. No one else thought of it. No one else thought of it, so it was pretty fucking, it was cool. I don't like the sleeves that are not clear. They fog a little. I need the ones that are clear. Yeah, I got the ones that had like a rough texture on the back. It might not look super great on the camera, but I guarantee you in person it looks a lot better. And I like the texture because when they're smooth, they scratch. But when they have texture, then it's harder to tell whether or not they're scratched. And you can use these in tournaments more frequently than the ones that are not texturized. So that is the reason why I have those in those specific sleeves. Because I used to play tournaments. I used to have a lot of fun at tournaments. And then someone had a temper tantrum and ripped their cards and threw them at me. That was the end of that. I got death threatened, and then the tournament organizer didn't officially give me my win either. So he gave he registered me under one of his friends who needed points to get to nationals. And then I ended up winning the tournament with like a meme deck. So everyone was mad, and then they're like, well, it doesn't matter because he didn't get the points. And I needed those points to go to nationals myself. So his friend got to go to nationals because they registered me under his name. So that sucks. I didn't report the guy. I probably should have, but didn't matter because I think the group got shut down a year later. So
that is pathetic. Take you as like a man and suck it the fuck up. You lost. Oh well. Yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. Like I said, after that tournament, when the guy ripped up his deck and threw it in my face, he was literally deconstructing his deck while we were still playing, and I'm like, dude, You didn't even play out your hand. You don't know what could have happened. You still have security cards. They could completely fuck up my entire momentum, and you just gave up. And he's like, who the fuck do you think you are? And like ripped up his Magna Garurumon. He had an alt art Magna Garurumon, and he ripped it up and threw it in my face. It's like, bro, that is not a cheap card. Yeah, suspended to childish TCG player. It happens. I get it. People get really into like the tournament stuff, and like I totally get it. It's awesome when you win. It's kind of shitty when you're like, you could play better, but again, like that's kind of a learning experience. And then again, it's like people hated me because I wasn't just playing the game. I was playing my opponent. So like there's different reasons why people got mad at me versus literally anyone else. I would play meme decks. I would play weird combos. They would get mad because they didn't see what was coming. And I would kind of be smirking a little bit. And sometimes I would goat people into doing things. And then I would even have counters for the combos that I had previous. I get that it doesn't matter, but also, like the community that I was playing in, I know that a lot of those people have special needs. So they're expecting something to go a certain way, and then I mess with their heads instead of playing the cards. So then they get upset. So like, again, like it's like they're playing checkers and I'm playing chess. So sometimes people don't think that it's like fair, you know? So like, I'm going to give him a pass. I know. Everyone should be held to the same standard. I get it. I'm going to give that whole community a pass. Yes. You lose, you shake hands, you move on. Even when people cheat, I'm going to shake hands and I'm going to move on. I love the game. I love the card game. That was a very bad experience for me personally, but the community has dissolved completely where I'm at. And I just washed my hands of the situation because I knew it was toxic. I knew what was going to happen. So I just buy the cards and I play down in my basement by myself like this. Like this. That's what I do. But yeah, I have like over 30 decks and I love Digimon. I love making these decks. I love having weird combos. I even like making the meta decks like the Renamon deck. That was actually a very popular meta deck when EX3 came out. EX2 came out. Very, very popular deck. Very good. Very hard to trip up, but it's one of those decks that actually do require skill to play because you have to think a couple steps ahead of where you're at and what your opponent could do. So it is a very challenging deck to play, but it is a very good deck to play. You just need to practice, right? So this is where I want as a community. I want a bunch of people, and this is how I built my my Pokemon community back when I was in college. I got together a group of people who love Pokemon, and we loved the TCG. We loved the video game. I just wanted to come up with a community that could work together to play the game and have fun, not necessarily do all of the tournament stuff, although that was our ultimate goal to get the pre-releases and everything up and running. But ultimately, at the core of the Pokemon League that we created, I wanted everyone to have fun and come together as a community. So I communicated that with my friends. I picked out friends that have those core beliefs, that shared the same core beliefs that I had, and we built a community. and we supported everyone. We had, like, when Julie and her kids came in, we, like, first question was, what's your favorite Pokemon? They named the favorite Pokemon. I go through my binders. Oh, I've got this. This will be your signature card. Let's try to build around this. And then I had a group of guys come in. Hey, do you have this common card? Do you have any extra of these? We can put this together. So literally the whole community came together to build a deck for this person who loves Pokemon. Well, they did buy a starter deck as well, but we all collectively donated cards to help this person, Julie's kid, build a deck. And then I donated all of my cards to help Julie make a deck. So that way they could play together. So, like, it was good. It was good because we had a whole community happening, and like we nurtured everyone, and it was for the love of the game. We would have people that would come in and they'd want to play test decks, and then we had other people that came in. I want to play test this deck as well because I have this weird combo, so I want to see how it plays. And then we had some people that were doing meta decks, and we had people who were doing counter meta decks, and we had people like me who were like, I want to do this because this combo is silly. So we had a bunch of decks like that, and it was great because we had such a wide variety. And yeah, people would get frustrated and whatever, but me being the organizer, I was able to sit down with them and be like, hey, this is a game. We're here to have fun. If you're not having fun, maybe it's time to leave. And that would happen during tournaments because people want to win, and I totally understand that. And the shop owner totally understood that as well. So we all had like a mutual agreement that if we were so many rounds in and someone was having a hard time, especially like anyone in the juniors, we would allow them to get a refund and just leave the store and come back like the next time we had league, like refreshed. So we had that agreement. Everyone was cool with it. We had a couple kids utilize it several times, but we were able to build that community from there. So that's what I feel like Digimon was missing in my area, because it was all, we're all going to play meta decks. We're all going to be super competitive. We're all going to, whatever. We all know that this person plays this deck, so we're going to add cards in my deck prior to counter that person's deck. I'm going to buy all of the cards to build their deck, so that way I can play test at home. Like, it was like super, super toxic. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I now play in my basement alone because I just couldn't get along with hyper competitive people. I want to have fun. That's the whole point of playing games, whether it's TCG, tabletop, video game, whatever. That is the whole point of playing games, is to have fun. If you are not having fun, you shouldn't be playing the game. Bottom line. That's my philosophy. If you want to hate me for it, go ahead. That's been my philosophy ever since. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went into a tournament and I was all like, I want to win and blah, blah, blah. And I got my ass kicked right off the bat. And I was mad. And I like stormed out and everything. And then upon some reflection later, I was like, well, that wasn't a fun experience because I went in expecting a certain thing. So I changed my mindset of, well, now I don't want to go in to win. I want to go in to have fun. So then I focused more on that. So I had a lot more fun doing that than trying to win, focusing on winning. And that's one of the reasons why Common doesn't like Magic players where he's at. Yeah. It's the same LGS that I went to you with in college. Yes, the one that I created. Yes. I wonder if you did meet Panda. And that's their habit of using proxy cards. Ah, the proxy card thing. Yeah. Have a lot of people using proxy cards. Personally, I don't have a problem with it, especially if they tell me that they're like, hey, I have proxies in my deck. I just want to test this out. If the combo's running, I'm going to buy these cards. If not, like, you know, I'm going to edit my deck more. That's why I use proxies. Is that okay? Absolutely. So, I mean, as long as they're communicating that they have proxies prior to playing, I'm totally cool with it. But if someone specifically has proxies in their deck and only runs like the proxies in their deck, I question, like, do you have any money? You have money to print off like colored prints of these, but like, what are we doing here? You know, I don't necessarily like the guys that are like printing. Oh, they do and tournaments. Runners have allowed it. Are you kidding me? That's nuts. Yeah, no. I would not allow that. As a tournament organizer and a judge, we did not allow proxies. That would, like, for tournaments, not allowed. For like free play leagues, absolutely. But proxies in tournaments, no, absolutely not. Banned, not allowed. If you submitted a deck list like that, automatic ban from the tournament. You're done. We would give you a refund, but you would not be allowed to play in that tournament unless you switched your deck. Hey, speaking of Panda Berry, how's it going? Panda, I totally forgot to change your screen avatar. So give me a moment. I'm going to change it. I deleted all of the Pokemon. I know. I'm sorry I got rid of your Shaman. It's a Shaman. But I have... This is Panda Berry! And I really need to get her a different stream avatar. So give me uno momento, and I will switch it here very quick. That's my crotch. Pardon me. Alright, which one's Panda? This one. Nope, not that one.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Here you go. Pandamon from Panda Berry.
Lizard.
We were talking about Pokemon cards, but we were also like I'm building a... Oh god, I left my mouse over there. We had a guy who was amazing. His tag was like mushroom something. He was playing some really good like Tangia earlier. Like it was so good. Magical_magic_mushroom. Super cool person. They were like playing a bunch of Tangia and stuff, and they said that they had just bought the Renamon starter deck. And that reminded me that I also bought that, and I had a Renamon deck that I wanted to play. So
lizard,
we're doing lizards.
Lizard.
So I'm kind of going over my Renamon deck, and then obviously, you know me. We went off on a rant about some things. Jesus Christ, we're just gonna lizard. Oh my god. Did I discount that? It's all 100 now. I was considering bringing it down to 10, and then I was like, no, if I bring it down to 10, this is going to be non-stop lizards, like, all day. Lizard means I love you. Oh, me. You're so nice. But yeah, I went off on a tangent talking about maybe not lizards, but Pokemon. So we talked about Pokemon, and then we started talking about like the communities that we built together. And Pokemon's been maintained, but the Digimon community just collapsed. So and I was saying that I don't
lizard,
shut up, the lizard's talking. No, I was saying that I'm not surprised that the Digimon community, oh my god, I'm not surprised that the Digimon community collapsed. Because it was fairly toxic, and like I said, I had like someone dismantle their deck, rip up a very rare card, and throw it in my face at a tournament, where the tournament organizer decided to put my name under someone else's credits or whatever. So a tournament that I won went under their buddies, and that cost me going to nationals. And that was all within one tournament. So I was clear to say I was done with that scene. I was done. The scene in Arizona was just as toxic. So I just decided, like, if I can't get a community of players that want to be out here, like, building decks for other people and stuff like we did, there's a lizard warning. That if we couldn't come together and make a community that wants to like have more people play the Digimon card game, that I just wasn't going to be a part of it. And I was willing to make all of my decks in my basement and play myself, if no one else wants to play around here, which is fine, because I get it. Like I said before, the Pokemon community around here is very solid. We have a very solid, the Lazy Susan. We have a very solid Pokemon community where I'm at, and it did take a long time to build that up. It took about 10 years to build up a solid community. And it wasn't all me. There was a lot of people that started it. Like, there was a guy who started it before I got into it. And then there was another friend that kind of like, after that guy left for Texas, we had another guy come in, and he was very passionate about building it up. So thanks for the cheered 10 bits. I appreciate it. Oh God, I missed quite a bit. Oh, damn. You guys are donating bits. Appreciate it. Thanks, Panda. Thanks, Sly. So you don't have to walk between the chairs. Oh, yeah. If I got a Lazy Susan, I wouldn't have to do that. But, I mean, I don't, like, get up and move at all anyway. But a Lazy Susan would be nice for maybe streaming a little bit if I wanted to do that more. So, only good thing about Arizona is that I have 2 sisters and 2 nieces there. Other than that, that state may burn. I'm pretty sure that state's constantly on fire with the temperature. I'm pretty sure it's constantly like on the state of being an entire inferno, and the desert's turning into just glass. So, yes.
Spank you favorite Digimon, you fight the enemy, yeah?
Oh no, more of the H's? Oh God, why? Ooh woo ASMR? I didn't know it was ASMR. My God. Dude, you have a whole league to play with at family dinners. Yeah, but like, no one wants to play Digimon, which is fine. It's fine. No one wants to play Digimon. I know, Panda, I know you and some of your boys tried playing Digimon with me, and I appreciated that. But yeah. Oh, I bet you would. I bet you would, Sly, if you were there. If we were in the same state, we'd be playing Digimon, like, quite a bit, I bet. And Common. I love Digimon. But, I mean, like I said before, the Digimon, it's gotten kind of out of hand because they keep releasing abilities that are overpowered, and then they realize that they're overpowered, and instead of limiting the cards, they just give that ability to all the other Digimon, so that way you then have to update your decks with the new packs, and it's just like this whole power scaling is just getting out of hand. There's going to be a point in time where the power is just too epic that the whole bubble's just going to burst. I feel like that's kind of already happened, but that's just my opinion. But again, I still like the game. It's just how you play it's going to be different. And again, me personally, I like playing it in a unique way instead of playing the meta. So I build unique decks instead of meta decks. So no plane ride for you. It is interesting. I wonder if they're going to change those rules about the new set. So far they haven't. They've just been like restricting cards, banning combos, or limiting cards to one. So, and then they just keep releasing more overpowered cards.
Yeah. Remember Alex? Remember? Hey, remember Ghostbusters?
Goodbye, you two.
Remember Slimy?
Alright, I still got to figure out this deck. I want to get focused here, right? Focus. Alright, I have all of these fucking cards out here. We could meet in Iowa. Oh, God. Fucking, yeah. We could meet in a cornfield and play Digimon in a cornfield. Okay, so I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to put in these decks. Because there are some different cards, and now I kind of want to put Sakuyamon Ace in the deck. So I'm going to put at least one. And then that limits like what I want to do with Sakuyamon Maiden Mode as well. And then I have X Antibody that I want to add to the deck too. So it's like, what the hell, dude? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to a total of 2 aces. I don't want more than 2 aces. Okay, so we're going to replace both of the... I'm going to get in 2 of the Sakuya Maiden modes from the deck. We're going to put that in. So I'll have a total of 5 Maiden modes, and only, this is the problem here, I only have 4 Sakuyamon. So I need more Sakuyamon than Maiden mode. And then I still need to add, I would like to add the Sakuyamon X Antibody as well. Because she looks amazing. And if I remember, the effects are pretty good too. When Digivolving, if Sakuyamon or X Antibody is in this Digimon Evolutions cards, Play 1 Yukono Mitama token. It is a Digimon that's yellow with 9,000 DP and Rush. So that's super good. When one of your Digimon attacks, you may use one single... Yeah, that's super good. May use a single colored card of 5 or less. Play cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying the cost. If this effect is used, one of your Digimon also unsuspends. So that's amazing. I definitely want to get that in my deck, but I also need more Sakuyamon. And I guess I'm going to break my whole more than 2 ace Digimon. I don't have more Sakuyamon. I ran out of Sakuyamon. I only ever got 3 Sakuyamon from EX2, and I bought a bunch of those boxes. So I'll have to do 5 and 5 for Sakuyamon. That sucks. Oh. Let's see. You may use one option card with plug-in. Oh, this one doesn't have... Okay. I'll take out 2 Maiden Mode Sakuyamons from BT10 because it doesn't specify that I can Digivolve over a Sakuyamon. And I'll put in the X antibody. So I'll have 3 Maiden Modes, 2 X antibodies, and I'll have 5 Sakuyamon, 2 of them being aces. I don't like that, but it's better than nothing. I could buy singles. I could buy more singles, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna. So I'm not gonna. Bro, flip what? That requires so much work, Fly. So much work. I know the camera angle's weird. But if I flip it, then I have to read the cards upside down. So there's a problem there. Or I could quickly focus on this and not have to do anything else. 6,000 DP. Place this card, non-white Digimon bottom evolution card. All turns this Digimon would be deleted by replacing 1 recharge from its digital evolution cards to the bottom. It isn't deleted. That's amazing. This is a reveal and Digivolve with a cost of 3
Fine,
or
you got me, Lubin. Sama out of the Diggy Swoots. Nia Tilda.
Okay. I'll keep defensive plug-in and offensive plug-in. Well, you have a tamer and play this. One of your Digimon gets 300 plus 3,000 DP until the end of your turn. No. Let's get rid of that. That's stupid. There is another card that I would like to put in. Amethyst Mandala. And I'll show you guys the card. Amethyst Mandala. This was one of the cards that came in the starter set. When its effects trash this card from the security stack, activate its security effects. I don't know why that's specified because that's always... Oh, because it's in a starter deck. Duh. So, security, when any of your Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, Taomon, or Sakuyamon in their names would leave battle, would leave the battle area other than in battle. By trashing this card, one of those Digimon doesn't leave. Then place this card face up at the face up as the bottom security card. Oh, it has multiple effects. That's nuts. So the other part of the security effect is one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 9,000 DP for the turn. So it's got several. Oh, no, I understand. When it's in the security face up, it has this effect. When any of your Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, Talmon, or Sakuyamon in their names would leave the battle area, other than in battle, by trashing this card, one of those Digimon doesn't leave. And then when you play it main, it would be draw one, then place this card face up as the bottom security card. Okay, I understand. That's good. That's going in the deck for sure. That's actually really good. Amethyst Mandala. The only problem with that card is its use cost, or its use is higher than 5. So that kind of sucks, but the whole point of that is to get it into your security. So it's not bad. See what I mean by like making it, I like it. Making it a religion is a good call. Making Ben the god is oddly appropriate. What do you mean? No, we're talking about like the Digisluts again is a religion that Ben made. Ben is a god. I am the priest, and Kamina is the follower. We all hail the attentive humanoid Digimon, Beelzemon, Bielstarmon, Angemon, and so on, or Angewomon, and so on. Like Rosemon would also be one, but I believe Common has claimed Rosemon and Boncho Lilymon as his waifus, and if you would like to have them as waifus, you have to fight him to the death. That's just how it is. One of you has to die because he will not give up Rosemon or Boncho Lilymon. And he stabs, yes. Yep, he does stab. He claimed his bitches. Yes, he did. I don't know if I necessarily claimed anyone, but I think Sly has also claimed Angewomon, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. There are a lot of waifus to choose from. Lots of waifus. I do like Bielstarmon. She's the one with like the crazy underboob. I do not have a good card of her. What are you saying? I collect hood bondos? Common shall get all the nine-tail whip in his situation. Ben is our leader. Get this man a pair of goggles. Oh, God. I used to swim. I have goggles. I do not collect either waifu or husbandino. Husbandos. Oh, my God. The equivalent of a waifu if you are into dudes. Gotcha. You are so lucky you don't get Beelzemon playmat. Husbando. I got it. Jeez, Jesus Christ. One of these days, I will go an entire stream without saying something wrong. And someone better be fucking right on there with the goddamn confetti explosions, okay? Someone better be right there. They better do the confetti explosion and be like, congratulations, Nightlight Ben, win an entire fucking stream without messing up pronouncing anything. Okay? Yeah. One of these days I'll get there. Today is not one of those days. Pow, pow, pow. Yes, Bielstarmon is the one that I would go for. Bielzamon is not my cup of tea because he is a guy. So, not into Bielzamon. I'm into Bielstarmon. Just to clarify. Just so everyone's on the same page. Okay? All right, so I have Yellow Scramble I don't care for. I've never cared for Yellow Scramble. Physical Training I don't care for as well. So, those are not going in the deck. Bancho-Leomon. I might have a husbando. Banchomon would, if I had to choose a husbando, I think.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Yeah, yep. It would be Bancho-Leomon and Darkdramon. And then Chaosmon. Okay. Moving on. Alright, what the hell? What the helly? Okay, so obviously I'm keeping the Halloween Rena. The best tamer card I have. For sure. I have another Rika. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. That's pretty good at the start of your main phase. Main, by placing this tamer and 1 Cubimon and 1 Taumon from your trash as one of your Renamon's bottom Digievolution cards, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Sakuyamon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If this effect is Digivolved, you may return 1 option card from your trash to your hand. That is also a very good Rika card. God damn it. I'm thinking Rina Shinomiya. Chesticles. Alright, so that is another good Rika. I did get more Rika. And this was the original Rika. Oh, no, it's not. It's from BT 19. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, Taumon, or Sakuyamon in its name, and 1 option card with plug-in in its name among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Your turn, when you use an option card with a play cost of 2 or less, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. That's also not bad. No HR department yet. They might be here. She used to have a Pikachu, so I don't know what she's going to get now. So the question is, do I need to build up Sakuyamon or do I need more support for the plugins? Because the whole deck is built around using plugins and recycling the plugins. So having more of this Rika would be good for the deck, because then I can get more. But let's read the other Rika here. It says, by placing 1 option card under Oniamokosu or plug-in trait from your hand under this tamer, draw 1. And gain 1 memory. And then it says, when one of your Digimon with Renamon, Taumon, Cubimon, or Sakuyamon in its name attacks, by suspending this tamer, you may use 1 Onimietsu or plug-in trait card with it as a lower higher cost from that Digimon. What? Under this tamer. Why would I place it under this tamer? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Why is that good? Why would that be good? It can't even digivolve into a Sakuyamon. Why would that be good? No, hell no. That Rika can go to hell. Huh. I don't know. I'm on the edge with that Rika and this plugin. Oh my god. You guys are still talking about Digimon waifus? Okay. This is the same Taumon, but holographic. So, I'll put the holographic one in the deck. Shabonkus, Shabonkus, Shaboinkus. Excellent. Boom. Done. Taumon complete. Alright. On player, when digivolving, until your opponent's turn ends, one of your Digimon can't activate when one of their Digimon can't activate when digivolving effects and get minus 3000 DP. When attacking, you may use one option card with Onomiyashu or plugin in its trait from your hand or under your tamers. Oh, with or under your tamers. So that would be why that would be good. I am not going to play that as well, because that is a combo that requires multiple cards, way too many cards. It's too dependent on too many different cards. See, like, this card is also dependent on other cards, but in the graveyard, or in the discard. So that's fine, because a lot of them will end up going to the discard pile. So that makes sense. But putting them under a specific tamer that you need to have, and then you need to build up a level 5, is stupid. So Taumon is done, and we have a total of 6 Taumon. Cubimon, this could get tricky. Oh, this would give barrier as an inherited effect. Do I have barrier as... I don't. So barrier as an inherited effect would be good, versus barrier as like a straight up effect. Barrier, I'm talking about barrier here. Didn't do it well. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm focusing on the deck. Reveal the top 3 cards. Barrier is when this Digimon would be deleted in battle by trashing your top security card. It isn't deleted. So that's pretty good. I would have more prevention to keeping my better Digimon up if I had that Cubimon.
Watching Bensama have a mental breakdown to try and create his new Enemon deck. Meanwhile, we all fucking around in chat. Yeah.
Seriously, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one option card with plug-in and its name to its hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Suppose I could take that out. I've got another one that plays Rika, which I would prefer. And this one says if you have 1 or fewer, when you use option cards with 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets. It's only once per turn. That's security attack -1. That's tough. That's a tough decision. Okay, I'm going to take out these Cubimon. Do avatars throw hands? You can attack each other if you want. 6 Cubimon? I think I need more than 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could do 9 and 7 for Cubimon. 9 Renamon, 7 Cubimon. That doesn't sound too bad. Okay, that Cubimon's done. I want to do... That could destroy... Alright. Twist my nips. Now you guys are playing slots. Okay. These Cubimon, the other one, are useless. So that'll be done. Cubimon's good. Addicted to slots. Players assemble. Okay. So now, all of these Renamon I like. Maybe I'll do 3 of these, so I can do 2 of those. That's a thought. Good thinking, Ben. Way to go, man. You're so smart and cute and handsome. Unbelievably attractive. So unbelievably attractive. People can't keep their eyes and arms and ears off you. Why ears? I don't know. Why am I talking again? I don't know. But here we are. All right, Renamon line completed. This is like the conversations I have on my own when I'm in my basement playing Digimon cards. Like, this is just a normal day for me. Normal day for Ben. Just, you gotta do some self-promotion here. Beautiful, handsome, smart, important, wonderful, loving, all of that stuff. Unless you were laughing about something else, and then I am the butt of the joke yet again. Alright, so now it's Vixamon I gotta figure out. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, draw 1. That is pretty fucking great. This one says, when you use option cards with the Onimiyatsu or plug-in in its trait, this Digimon may digivolve into a Cubimon Talmon with a reduced cost of 3. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is one of those rare cases where I would split it. I would do a 3 and 2. So I'm going to do 3 for drawing. There's a lot of play, and I would test it out. I would do 3 for drawing and then 2 for Digievolution. All right, 3 and 2. Hey! Oh, that's awesome. I finally got the deck that I wanted to build years ago. Built. Finally. Holy frick. Dude. And I didn't have time to do it before. And I've been wanting, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And then when Common showed me that there was a premium deck of Renamon oh my god, why can't I think of the name? Sakuyamon. I had to finish this deck. I had to buy that. I had to get this. I had to finish it. I am so unbelievably happy right now. This is amazing. So not all of the cards are going to work in this deck. They're not going to work like completely cohesively because I did add that one card that only works with the newer cards. That is... Oh my god. Wait, what? Where are they? I probably should have counted the cards before I started shuffling too. So this has that trait in it at the other side, the bottom right. Onimietsu or whatever. So that'll work with the newer cards, but this won't work with the older cards because it's got a play cost of 6. Or, oh well, they changed it to use. It used to be a cost of 6. So that'll work with the newer cards, but not the older cards. Because the older cards say anything with like a cost of 5 or less. But it has to have the in training, or I'm sorry, not in training, plugin. So I'm sure they'll keep coming up with more Sakuyamon stuff because it's a very popular deck. It's a very popular Digimon. It's a very popular card. It's a very popular archetype. I don't really like playing yellow decks, but this was the one yellow deck that I definitely was like, all right, I have to make it. Besides the poop deck that I made, that is also like half black, half yellow. It was a deck that I kind of had to make too. Making a piss deck? Oh my god. I'm making piss.